For me, and I think for a lot of entrepreneurs, money is rarely the sole motivator. Ferris here. In part 1 of this mini-series, we covered 2 ways entrepreneurs can master their motivation mindset. 1, latch on the idea that you're your own boss and that you call the shots. 2, if you're still in a job, challenge yourself by learning new skills in your job or in a side hustle. Now the next one, building something unique. There's joy in creativity. And when we talk about intrinsic motivation, it's often something that brings us joy into action. For some, creating something unique, being different, and priding yourself on that uniqueness is sufficient to motivate you alone. Like when Herb Kelleher founded Southwest Airlines, he wanted to create something unique, democratize the skies, and provide a fun customer experience. Here's an example of ways to find intrinsic motivation by building something unique. Offer great customer experience. We all recognize a great customer experience when we see it, whether it's a local restaurant, at a car dealership, or in professional services with your CPA or a graphic design firm. People who are knowledgeable, responsive, and deliver with a smile. I don't want to generalize, but it's not uncommon to see talented technical folks missing people skills. Like when contractors and providers are not responsive, they give you piecemeal information because they assume you know what they're talking about, but maybe you're one of those people who has both technical and people skills. That ability to deliver great customer service and solve a problem could be an intrinsic motivation by itself. Before I started my first business, I came from a corporate background. We were taught to be very professional, very polished, especially when you work with Fortune 500. So bringing this background, being professional, being polished, being on time, being responsive, when we brought that to small businesses, business owners loved working with us. They loved the white glove service that they did not get from other vendors. If delighting customers is just not you, either find a partner or hire someone who finds joy in serving customers. Meanwhile, focus on offering something that's very unique to you that matches your passion and your skills. Number 4, promoting a higher social value. Maybe what motivates you and inspires you is sharing with others. And maybe the company you work at mistreats its employees culturally and financially. That mistreatment might annoy you and motivate you and inspire you to make changes. I wanted to build a business where, as I made more, I could share more with my team. Early on, we were bootstrapping, money was tight. I knew we weren't paying our people adequately. It really bothered me. If you're like me and you want to create a culture where you take great care of your people, it does require cash flow and better margins. We had very talented folks, the team worked hard, and I wanted to be able to do more for them. So I had to close the next deal, take the red eye, stay up late, work some of the weekends. I wanted to make sure we had better margins so we can compensate our team better. In addition, what motivates you could be a cause you want to support or a community you want to help. Or maybe you lost a family member or a friend to an illness and you want to start a foundation. Or you're involved in a social or religious organization and you hope that one day you'll be a major sponsor of their programs and services. Wanting to help people and communities, especially as the gap of income and education inequality increases, is a powerful motivation. Number 5, financial security and financial independence. This is the one that everyone knows, to make a whole lot of money. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'd be lying if I said money was not a motivator for me. I'm a capitalist at heart, probably more like a conscious capitalist or a stakeholder capitalist. But for me, and I think for a lot of entrepreneurs, money is rarely the sole motivator. There's pride in building something from scratch, a unique sense of joy and a deep sense of satisfaction in seeing your junior team members grow and flourish, and building a brand that's well recognized in the marketplace and among your peers. It's naive not to think about money. I think it's false humility when someone says they don't think about money. It's true that money can't buy happiness, but it's also true that money can make some things in life easier. Plus, if you're putting all this time and effort, all that blood, sweat, and tear for so many years, you want to see the fruit of your labor. By our own human nature, we always want more, but we have to ask ourselves at what cost. More for the sake of more is maddening. There will never be enough comfort, nice cars, beautiful homes. All are great benefits of financial success, but I believe excess is a real danger. I don't think I've shared this with others. Since I've always enthusiastically volunteered and supported nonprofits, I set a goal to reach financial independence when I'm at 50 and dedicate a year of my life for nonprofit work. I missed that target by a few years, but I'm so fortunate I was able to do it. I remember the first day after my last day in corporate. I had scheduled a call with a nonprofit in the education space at 7 a.m. I took the call, offered some tips on how they can increase student registration. Every time I remember this, I laugh. On my first day off, after years, tens of years in corporate, I scheduled a 7 a.m. call. I guess there's no rest for the weary. And don't forget to give back. Today's tip is blood donations are often in short supply. You don't have to give blood yourself, but you can schedule a blood drive at work or in network group and literally save lives. If you have a tip on mastering your motivational mindset, please share, leave us a comment, or ask us a question.